Well, here we are in the filthy kitchen. And since I am the squadman, or more correctly, the father of the squadman, well, that can only mean one thing. Filthy kitchen cooking with the squadman senior. So, we haven't had an episode in a while. I've been really suffering with this tooth. Still suffering. Still taking the antibiotics. Still taking the Advil and the Tylenol. Still waiting for the dentist to call me and deal with this tooth. But a man's got to eat. So here we are, filthy kitchen cooking. Today was a pretty good day because not only did I do my 10 miles on the bike, actually 11, I also did my 7 5-minute rounds of boxing. So I did lots of cardio today, 600 calories on the bike, and God knows how many calories in the workout space. But I would imagine it was similar, if not more, than the 600 calories I did on the bike. So I had some salad today. I had some of these frozen meatballs that I bought at the supermarket. These Italian meatballs. I think the spice in the Italian meatballs mixed with the spice of the barbecue sauce that I squirted all over them and basically coated them with. I think those spices are what's irritating my tooth. I believe that's the case, but like I said, and I'll repeat, a man's got to eat. I was going to make some basmati and ribs, but quite honestly, since I started taking these antibiotics, I really don't have much energy. I don't have much get up and go. I don't have much desire to do anything. It's taken the good out of me. So I haven't done a shaving video. I haven't done a cooking video. I haven't been doing much cooking. I've been basically getting too many burgers at the burger joints. Usually the A&W, but also Burger King, which is interesting because a while ago I was getting a lot of double Big Macs at the McDonald's. So that's generally the burger of choice, is either a double Big Mac, no pickles, extra onions, or a double Whopper with cheese, no pickles, or a double teen burger, no pickles. Those are my options depending on where I go, whether it's Burger King, McDonald's, or A&W. And for a while I was going to McDonald's because it was cheaper. And then I was going to Burger King, which is the most expensive, but it's the closest. And then I was getting the old double teens for a while. So, too many burgers, not enough cooking. I can't really afford the burgers, but I gotta eat, and I was just so exhausted from this infection and the antibiotics that, yeah, I kind of left it to the short order fry cooks at those different restaurants. So in honor of everybody's favorite fry cook, SpongeBob SquarePants, I'm I'm gonna do my own frying right now. 4 cackleberries and some cheese. Yeah, 4 cackleberries and some cheese. I'd like to do 5 eggs, but this pan really isn't big enough for 5, I don't think. But you know what? I'm feeling kind of kooky. I'm feeling kind of crazy. I'm feeling kind of hungry. So I'm gonna bust out numero 5. Nombre 5. Number 5. In honor of Maroon 5 and Adam Levine's band that does the very catchy Moves Like Jagger. In honor of those guys, although there's no Maroon around, I will do 5 eggs. 5 eggs, baby. I'm gonna stretch this skillet to the limit. Gonna use all my cooking skills. And we'll see. This pan might handle it, or maybe it will not. But anyway, there we go. It's done now, they're in there. So, yeah, back to the exercise. The boxing, I have to say, was very, very, very tough, but I did it. I really felt my age, and I really felt, yeah, tired and exhausted, but I got a good sweat going, and I felt good doing it. I was just so tired, and it was, anybody who's boxed will tell you, it is one of the toughest cardio workouts you could ever do. Not as tough as wrestling or judo. I haven't done a whole lot of wrestling, but the wrestling I've done is judo. Of course, I have a black belt in judo. You guys know that. Judo is a very, very tough cardio workout. Boxing is very, very hard, tough cardio workout as well, but I think wrestling is probably the hardest. I haven't done a whole lot of wrestling. I kind of regret not doing more wrestling when I was in university. But when I was in university, I was doing at least 4 karate classes a week and at least 2 judo classes a week, and sometimes more than that. Plus I was lifting weights at the gym. So I just didn't have a whole lot of time to also do wrestling. I tried it a few times, but yeah, you know, can't do everything. Looking back, hindsight being 20/20, I probably should have done the wrestling instead of the judo, because when I went to Korea, I did most of my judo over there, and I didn't have the opportunity to do any wrestling over there. So had I done wrestling in university, I still would have got my black belt in judo when I got to Korea, but I would have also had that wrestling behind me. So live and learn. You can't do everything. Try what you will. But yeah, I've got a couple of regrets with my martial arts. I regretted not getting at least a black belt in Taekwondo. When I lived in Korea for 8 years, I had, another regret is I didn't get my 3rd degree black belt in Hapkido. After winning the World Hapkido Championships, I could have very easily gotten my 3rd degree black belt in a couple of months, but after winning that, I decided to focus more on getting my black belt in judo. But in my 8 years of living in Korea, I was offered free Taekwondo at least 3 times by instructors I knew. And also they had this Korean culture exchange or Korean culture education type program that was open to us non-Koreans, foreigners they called us, where as part of the government they allowed foreigners to study Taekwondo for free. It's too bad I couldn't do other things for free, but actually I didn't really mind. It was quite cheap. But since I was paying for the health club and I was paying for Hapkido and I was paying for judo, it was just an extra expense. And again, I was doing a lot, lifting weights a lot. I was working out a lot. I even dabbled in kickboxing over there, and I dabbled in regular boxing over there. But most of my boxing experience I had done before I went to Korea, went through the Russian immigrants who I taught English to in 1989 and 1990, up until I left to go to Korea. I was hanging out with these Russians, and yeah, one of them was a Russian boxing coach who taught me boxing. And when I was in Korea, I did a little boxing with a Korean boxing coach. I did a little kickboxing, but I didn't do a whole lot of that. It was kind of far from my house, and I wanted to get my black belt in judo. I already had my black belts in Hapkido, but yeah, I regret not getting my 3rd, at least, black belt in Hapkido. I was kind of Hapkido'd out at that point because I was doing Hapkido every day, and I was doing a lot of Hapkido before the World Hapkido Games. So I kind of wanted to break. I thought I'd get back at it, but I moved to a different city after that, and it was in the other city where I got my black belt in judo. But I could have easily gotten a black belt in Taekwondo at the very minimum. I could have probably gotten several degrees of black belt in Hapkido and Taekwondo while I was over there, but I was always content just being a black belt instead of advanced degrees because, yeah, I like to train on my own. I like to do other things, and yeah, I wasn't really all that interested in advancing my degrees, even though time in and effort and all that, and stick-with-itness and hard work, you know, I'm sure my degrees in actuality are pretty advanced, just not on paper. But also, had I gotten my black belt in Taekwondo, it would have been very good because my daughter went on to do Taekwondo, and yeah, I could have done Taekwondo with her. Taekwondo in Korean. And that would have been nice. It would have been nice to go and do Taekwondo with her. Of course, at that time, I had no idea I was going to have daughters, and I had no idea that my daughters would be interested in Taekwondo. So, live and learn. Another regret I had in Korea was I could have done yoga over there. It was very cheap, and yeah, I could have done years and years of yoga. If I did 8 years of yoga over there, I could have came back here and worked in a yoga studio, maybe opened my own yoga studio that would have doubled as a martial arts studio, and yeah, it would have been a great way. If not a career, it would have been great augmented salary. I was always very flexible because of my martial arts training, and I enjoy yoga. I could have done a lot of yoga. It would have been great, but you can't do everything. I was doing a lot. And yeah, if I had my time over, I probably would have done. I certainly would have got my black belt in Taekwondo, because that Hapkido is basically Aikido and Taekwondo, and I could have got my black belt in Taekwondo, I'm sure, in a few months. And yeah, yoga would have been nice. But like I said, live and learn. You can't do everything. Anyway, thanks for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. I enjoyed spending time with you. And don't forget, who loves you, baby? This guy. You're somebody's favorite person in this world, probably mine. Till next time, if you're going through tough times, just hang in there. Think positively. Try to be positive. Hopefully these tough times won't last forever. If you find some solace coming here, if you find some solace listening to either the fables or the awareness videos, then that's good. And I guess tomorrow I'll do a shaving video. I don't think I'll do one tonight. So anyway, till next time, love you. Goodbye.